Anything else for Bob before he leaves for his concert?
Just the police department, the upgrade on the school zone signs? Do you have the $50,000?
Yeah, the school zone blinker system, essentially borough-wide. I mean, there are worse locations, there are better locations, but all of them are in dire need of improvement. Wiring, lighting, the timers, the switches, all the components of those blinkers need to be replaced. And I would call that an urgent matter. I would call it a very high priority. So I'd very much not like to see that put aside. I think the school children and obviously the traffic control pulling together in a more modern but yet safe system is what our goal is going to be. And whether it's a solar system or whether it's taking use of the existing feeders from the poles, I'm not sure I have a preference at this stage of the game, but it really does need to be done.
But would solar provide, a chance for grants? Because it's alternative energy. Are there grants out there that could help us?
I think that's possible. Solar isn't always appropriate, and particularly up at the Glenwild area where the tree cover is
Okay, so that's
tremendous.
Yeah, but just get some, doesn't it? Need not be all or nothing.
Kings Road would be fine. Central Avenue would be fine. We could do them in both of those locations without any real negative impact. So I will try to get the solar spec and see if there are funding sources available at the same time.
This is also a recommendation from traffic calming too, because
We've been talking about this for a while. Yeah, no, it's a good project to accomplish this year.
Jeannie, do you have a question?
My question was answered.
Oh, okay.
Dan?
Yeah, just an overall question. Previously, we discussed that we're really talking about 1.6 million in new projects being requested this year under the general capital budget. Just for my education, I guess I'll direct this maybe to you, Robert. For frame of reference, what was the amount we spent last year? The comparable amount?
Well, you have a budget that was recommended. You have basically three different sets of numbers. So I'm going to answer it in three different ways.
You'll never get it.
have you thought about running for office now?
And you're not getting your concerts. Get comfortable.
Can I, before you do that, Dan, can we let Bob leave?
Okay.
Sure.
Mayor,
Oh, all right.
there's
'Cause I
still
just-
water mains.
Oh, okay. Oh, can't
I
go
missed
yet.
There's still water mains.
Well, he can certainly, let's let Bob address water mains and get out of here.
There you go.
before-
All right.
Yeah,
Go
it's a
ahead.
good conversation.
Hold that thought. Hold those thoughts.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, the last item on my list besides the blinkers is obviously the water main replacements. Green South, I just wanted to let you know, is bid ready. We can bid that essentially at any time. It's $240,000 worth of work. That is a water main replacement project. Division Avenue, Vinton, Academy, Belmont, and Community are all on the drafting tables now. When we get the CAD drawings pulled together in the next 45 days, we'll be able to bid that as well. Ridgedale Avenue, as we spoke, could use a survey end-to-end at this stage of the game, and we'd seek to accomplish that design work this year without actually going forward with any construction. So that's the proposal at present. And those water capital requests total $815,000 from the original $1.4 million. And that would be, I think, the end of my...
And I just want to confirm, thank you, consistent with the comments I made before, does that work necessitate road work the following year?
I'll answer it this way. We wanted to do Pomeroy this year because of the Waterline project and other things. Same for Brook Lake, Pine Tree, and Durwood. And we're not doing it because the trench is in reasonable condition. They're topped off. They will hold. It's not dangerous. And we don't have the capital money to dedicate to it in this year. So does it mean we have to do it in the following year? No, it doesn't. Does it mean it's good practice? Yes. But we can make it work another way.
Okay, thank you. And I guess what I'd like to know then is, I guess, how many road projects are kind of being held in abeyance under that rationale? So that we understand, you know, where these dollars may need to be allocated in short order, because while I understand and appreciate your decision to defer based on a commitment from, say, the contractor responsible from for the water line to top off the trench, sooner or later, we're gonna, A, get outside the 1 year that he's obligated to do it, and B, it's just gonna the circumstances are gonna mandate we address it. Let's figure out who we've got backed up.
Yeah, it'll become a burden on the DPW, and we don't want to do that either.
Well, the other piece of that is, water capital can only be used for
water projects.
for this purpose. So it's a separate pot, and then we also are proposing at the next council meeting, or the second council meeting in March, a fairly significant adjustment in our water rates. So part of that is to generate funding to rebuild the pot, and this plus last year's investment, we will have invested over $1.5 million in our water distribution system. And even with that increase, because our rates have not been adjusted since 1989, if you bought water from North American Water Company, which serves 15 towns within our county, even with our increase, we're still 83% under the cost of water they charge their customers for Chatham Borough, Chatham Township, Mendham, you name it, Chester, Long Hill Township. So we're investing using the ratepayers' funds to make sure the system doesn't go down. We recently had an incident where DPW responded, and it was water was running on a person's property, and when they opened up the main, it was frozen in place. So we have an old infrastructure that, with this, we're basically have completely replaced or substantially replaced the water main system. Or fairly close.
I have no quarrel with that, and I understand and appreciate the import of that commitment. I just want to make sure, along the same rationale, right, we're not going to use the dollars that are in the water capital account for the road improvement and milling, overlay, reconstruction, whatever it is. That's money that's got to come out of general capital, and I just want to see and try and get a handle on what the consequences of this $815,000 commitment would be on our capital budgets for the next few years.
It's a good question, and if last year is an example coming to this year, we have 6 roads that had water line projects on them last year for a total of $1.5, $1.6 million in that range, and that's being put off another year.
Right, and none of those roads is on the list of roads we're doing this year.
Correct.
All right. So we're already down 6 roads to the tune of 1.6? 1.6? And is there something from a prior year that's in a similar deferral posture?
I don't think so, John.
Okay, so we just got, we've
Just
already
this
got 1.6 of roads that we're gonna need to address as a result
In 2010.
of water main issues, 2010, 2011.
Should be
And then we're gonna have this as well. Okay, thank you.
Can I'm going to add one last thing. Bob, you can head out to the concert, go. I know there's been a comparison in the press about, Chatham Borough in terms of having a less than 1% tax increase. Their capital budget for last year and this year is under $50,000 for their entire road system. We invested, this governing body, between last year and proposed this year, in excess of $5 million of capital investment back into the infrastructure in this community. So it's an investment for our future that we're planning for and are implementing, which our adjacent community, which may be taxing less for that purpose, will be paying a higher price down the road when these systems start to fail. Their system is as old as ours, their road system is, and their sewer system and their water system is they were put in at the same approximate times. We're investing in that to prevent this from happening down the road, and so just wanted to put it out there.